can, absolutely.
Matthew, we're just doing an audio test. Can you hear us? No, you can't.
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Absolutely.
Okay, Johanna, is Logistar going?
Yeah, still running.
Okay, great. So, Chair Sabatier, I think we are ready to go when you are.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone. It's 1:31 p.m. We have a couple of items left for open session. The first one is 6.4, and I am peeking out the door to see if, yeah, they're still having a conversation. Would you like to come in for your item? So item 6.4, 1:30 p.m., public hearing, appeal of vicious animal abatement case number 859, located at 21852 Jerusalem Grade, Lower Lake, Brandon Strouser. And before we get started, I'm going to look at Ms. Grant. I believe this is a continuation of the previous public hearing. Do we need to do new swearing-ins, or only if they weren't sworn in the previous meeting?
Only if not sworn in during the previous meeting.
Okay. Is there anybody here that was not available for the previous meeting that needs to be sworn in so they can provide testimony in today's public hearing? Okay, everybody was here, and actually let me look online. Raise your hand if you need to be sworn in for this item. And if we do get to you and you want to make a comment, you haven't been sworn in, we'll just have to catch that as we go. So let's go ahead and get started. And I believe that the way that we do these public hearings is we begin with Animal Control Department with their testimony and their update on where we are with this case. And Ms. Grant, please correct me if I'm wrong in process.
You're doing fine, sir.
One step good.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairperson. With regards to the status of the vicious dogs, the owners, in this case Ms. Matthews, per Director Aramis, has otherwise complied with the terms with regard to the kennel. It's been set up in her residence in Mendocino County. Director Aramis had staff to go inspect it, and per my information from Director Aramis, Mendocino staff have also inspected it. Essentially, the only thing remaining on our end is the payment of fees as well as the vaccination, which would occur once fees were paid. My understanding is that the owner is ready to pay. With regard to Mendocino County, when I've been advised, they had requested vaccination records, which were provided. There was questions as to the insurance for the animals. Per their regulations, as well as our own, it's a $50,000 insurance. Ms. Matthews has provided proof that she has insurance for $1 million, so it well exceeds the amount there. And despite that, currently Mendocino County has not given us a firm answer whether they would accept or deny. There had been questions about the animals' wolf heritage. As a result, the animals were subjected to a DNA test. Per what Director Aramis has replied to me or informed me about, they do not qualify as a wolf hybrid under state regulations. So in that sense, they're not a wolf hybrid. But beyond that, we do not have any other information from Mendocino County as to whether they're approving, denying the dogs being moved there.
Okay. When was the last communication with Mendocino regarding that?
Probably about a week or two ago, probably 2 weeks ago.
Okay. And is that all of the update information you have for us on this?
I believe that's it.
And meanwhile, the animals are not currently in Mendocino since nothing has been approved for the transfer. What is the status of those animals? I know you had at least one, if not two, in your animal shelter. I know there was one that was still somewhat loose, though there was a belief that the animal may already be dead. Do we have any updates on the status of the animals?
Certainly. So the 2 dogs that we had in our custody are still in our custody. And I checked today, we've had them since May, so about 85 days, middle of May. The 3rd dog, haven't been able to confirm whether it's alive or dead, but I did get a report of another potential dog out there, similar looking, that may be roaming the area, but we haven't been able to figure out where it lives or see it or anything at this time. So we just have the 1 report, and that's it.
Okay. And before we move on to the Brandon Strausser's report, what is your request and what is your recommendation for moving forward?
At this time, I would like to get a firm answer from Mendocino County as to if there are any issues or not to the release. Otherwise, just settling up with payment, vaccinations, and getting them out.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, for the record, if the 2 parties could each identify themselves.
Jonathan Louie, Deputy County Counsel.
Jonathan Armis, Lake County Animal Care and Control Director.
Thank you very much. And I believe there is somebody representing Brandon Strausser here as well. If you would like to make your statement, if animal control is done with theirs, which I believe they are. Okay.
Thank you and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Edward Savin, and I represent Brandon Strausser. And his interests and Tyra Matthews' interests run kind of the same. And everything that the gentleman stated is absolutely accurate. So I won't reiterate, only to say that I've communicated as recently as today by letter with Mendocino County Deputy Counsel Rena Blanton. And it's really just Mendocino County just dragging their feet. That's all it is. Ms. Matthews and Mr. Strasser have complied instantly with everything they've been asked to do. All of the concerns have been refuted, for instance, by a DNA test. So, so there's the unknown. I did write a letter today that was somewhat terse in that, you know, this matter has to resolve, and I asked counsel if they had any legal objections to the animals being transferred to state them now in writing. And so that was today. But otherwise, there seems to be no reason why the animals can't be transferred to their new home. And that's my report.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anything from the board as far as further questions or comments? If Ms. Grant would like to please make a comment, please do so.
Thank you, sir. Since it is apparent, unless the animal control director now says otherwise, that the release of the animals depends upon the willingness of Mendocino County to accept them there. If that is true, then your board may be looking at considering a brief continuance with very firm direction to all parties to get an answer, yes or no, up or down, as to whether those animals are going to be accepted, or at least a statement that Mendocino County raises no objections. There's several ways to do it, but you may want to hear from the animal control director on that, because certainly he can't breach his own requirements or his policies.
So there would be the question of whether or not the dogs could legally be transferred as far as what their county ordinances or state ordinances could say. We haven't got any confirmation that there is any legal issues on that front as far as how the animals are DNA tested or anything else. There is a question of whether or not they're properly licensed in Mendocino County, or if they may or may not need a permit. So those are the 2 things that we're kind of waiting for, I suppose. And so I just want to get those situations clear and taken care of before I just whimsically send the dogs on.
And what kind of recommended timeline would you be requesting if we were to give an extension today?
Could I have 1 second just to confer and see?
Please. I almost wanted to say you can approach the bench.
You'll have occasion at some point to say.
let's just go ahead and take a 5-minute recess, and do we need longer time? Okay, never mind.
We're about 3 weeks is what we're thinking.
Okay.
I don't know if the calendar is heavy that day or if we have an opening or not.
Johanna, can you look at the calendar 3 weeks from today and see if
I don't
you,
think we have a meeting 3 weeks from
The
today.
calendar is clear, so whenever.
well, let's see though, 3 weeks from today gets us to
Yeah, the 31st, we don't have a
fifth
meeting.
Tuesday.
It's
So
gonna
we
be
do not
closer
meet the
to 6
31st,
weeks, I
we
think.
do not meet the 7th because that's a holiday week,
Yeah,
unless we do. That's a long time to go without meeting.
I would say let's bring it back on the 24th, just to see what the status is.
Okay.
And if we need to, then at that point, we can extend it further, because there is the 5th week of August, which we don't meet, and then Labor Day as well. Supervisor mentioned those to me as we were looking at the calendar, and so...
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look at real quick, but
Yeah. So let's go ahead and bring it back on the 24th, just to get a status update and seeing if we need another extension to go further, or if it's been rectified.
Perfect.
And let's hope, and if Supervisor Simon does not mind, I know that sometimes having a board member helps get a response faster. I would say please utilize whatever opportunities you have to reach out to Mendocino so we can try and get that response.
we'll do.
Okay. And we will open it up for the public, so let's just finish up before we do that. Are there any questions or comments from the board before we open it up for the public? I do have a question. Have we received less complaints in the area since you've had the 2 dogs in your shelter?
I'm only aware of the one. I don't think we've had any other complaints besides that one.
So it would appear that there's a reduction of complaints at this moment in time?
As far as like those types of dogs running around loose, yeah.
And I think that's the outcome we're looking for, so that's good news as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and open it up for the public before we make a decision on what we're going to do. And so, and if you have been sworn in for this previous public hearing, then go ahead and approach, and you have 3 minutes.
Mr. Chair, the lady standing is not a member of the public, she's the owner of the dog.
Oh, well, I apologize for that. Please approach us before we open it up for the public. If you could provide your name.
Tyra Matthews. And I just wanted to say that the dogs, if I could watch them in their cage that was approved here at Brandon's, I would watch them personally until they figure it out in Mendocino, because their elbows and their paws are red from either they're chafing from the cement, constant cement, and laying on constant cement. It's breaking my heart, and I just don't think that I thought I proved to them when they were jailed. I got a picture of another dead goat proving to them it wasn't them. The killing was still going on. And I gave the picture to the lawyer, and I gave it to Armis and showed him. I just left Brandon's the day after they got arrested, and here's another dead animal. So I was like, it wasn't them, if they're still being killed. And I figured it was a dog because they didn't eat it or drag it off like a lion would or something. And I just want the best welfare for these dogs. I don't think that they did anything wrong other than being in their yard. And the punishment really doesn't fit the crime. I'm going to ask to see if I could just watch them in their cage that was approved here in this county until the other county can figure it out. They've been very uncooperative. I don't think that Richard should even work in this count for the county. He's yelled. He doesn't talk to me. He doesn't answer my calls. He's been calling names to this county and the county workers, and I don't feel like I need to hear his issues, name calling and all and such. And I just don't know how he remains in the position that he's in. He's still constantly trying to cause drama. We hear it through the lawyer about, they're going to be 40%, and they're not 40%. We got this test that he asked for 3 weeks prior and then ignored us after we
And
got
I
the test.
just want to reorient you. We have no jurisdiction on the staffing over in Mendocino County. So what we can control at this moment, let's try to keep it on that topic and the topic at hand about the dogs. Right now, they're deemed vicious
Right.
dogs, and our goal right now is to put them in a safe place.
Right.
Ms. Grant?
Yes, just for further clarification, sir. Right now, what's before the board, and the reason this was continued was the parties had reached at least a tentative resolution that was pending certain details, and that's where the board left it. If instead this is going to open up to a hearing on the merits, then procedurally, your board should regroup and begin the process another way. So if
Thank
this
you.
is moving forward the way the animal's owners indicated to their counsel and the way that's been indicated by animal control, then the issue of the continuance is really the only final issue before your board today. Again, if you want to open it up as to the merits and discard the potential settlement for now, you certainly can do so, but you can't really do both at the same time.
Okay, thank you very much.
Understanding. All right, I said what I said.
Okay.
Nothing more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And if there's no more comments from the involved parties, then let's... Are we good? Okay. Hold on one second. Animal control, please.
I just wanted to respond to the comments about potential, any type of injury or health concerns for the dogs. They have been seen by a vet. They are in healthy condition right now. There was an issue potentially of one dog running and sliding on the pavement, but it has been corrected and has seen a vet and is completely healthy. Just wanted to let everyone know.
Okay. And I will say, for the fact that the complaints have dropped, and the fact that we've already had the discussion of where we want the solution to be, and the fact that there was also an opportunity to have the fixes occur on that piece of property before, and those options and solutions were not put to place 100%. We found ourselves with a situation with the vicious dog. I don't want to go back to that situation. I want us to be able to move forward, and I'm hoping that we can have a steadfast resolution with the County of Mendocino. But that's just me personally. I don't want to speak for the entire board. But thank you very much for that statement.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and open it up to the public. Please. State your name, and you have 3 minutes.
Joan Moss, I am a member of the public. I want to commend Animal Control on the way they work. I worked with them on another issue. They were very responsible. They called me back. We solved the problem. Jonathan told me that no way was this wolf dog or dog wolf, whatever he's been called, going to get a test to see about his genealogy, how much wolf he is and how much dog he is. And I'd like to know why. If you're going to spend $50,000 or $1 million, you can afford a test to find out how much wolf is in his body, their bodies. And what the Fish and Game told me is that if less than 25, I don't know, I forgot what they told me, I didn't write it down. But if the dog is more wolf than dog, he's considered a wolf. And that means he's a predator. And he should be treated as such. And I just want to ask that question. Maybe I have time to find out. I tried to call to find out how much a test is. Tried to find out the facts. I am not independent or dependent. I am just an interested party who thinks that a natural predator should not be punished for what he does naturally. Thank you. I'll keep looking.
Thank you very much.
But I'd like to know what law says that he cannot, that the dog wolves cannot receive a test to test their blood to see how much wolf they are and how much dog they are. I think that's very relevant to this case. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm going to ask Director Armas if you could provide a response.
We actually did perform a DNA test on the dogs, had been done. At the time that I spoke with Joan, I let her know that I had no plans at that time to do that test, because at the time I did not have any indication that I was worried about it being a wolf hybrid. This was at the request of Mendocino County, and we did that as soon as that request came in. And so it falls beneath that level that would consider it be a wolf hybrid.
Thank you very much. I had a feeling that this was due to the conversation with Mendocino County in order to try to make the process fluid and move forward, so I appreciate that. Any other comment in the Zoom room or the boardroom? And seeing, oh, I see we have Glow Anderson. If we can get her unmuted, please provide your name, and you have 3 minutes.
Hi, Glow Anderson. I sent an e-comment, and I hope you got it, that on July 12th, I saw what we've been calling the wolf dogs going across the field. So there is one still out here, and I reported it on the 13th, because when I saw it on July 12th, it was 8:30 at night, and I knew I wouldn't be able to get a hold of anybody, and it was moving pretty quick, and so by the time I would have gotten to a phone, it would have been gone. I just wanted to let Animal Care and Control know this, so I reported it to Mary, and I also reported it to Moak on the 13th, and I think I got my e-comment in to the board a couple days ago
Yes, you did.
to let them know that there is still a wolf dog out here.
Yes, you did
Thank
provide
you.
an e-comment, and I believe you had
And
pictures.
thank you so much.
Yes, you did provide the e-comment, and
Okay.
believe you
And
had
thank you
pictures
so much for making
attached.
sure that,
We keep interrupting each other. I'll let you finish.
well, thank you so much for making sure the dogs do not come back out here, because they have attacked other creatures, wildlife, livestock, and yes, the complaints have gone down. Thank you so much for keeping them at Animal Care and Control. It has been helpful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that seems to be the end of public comment, and bringing it back to the board for further conversation, questions, or action. Supervisor Simon?
Mr. Chair, I would be, what I would like to do is continue this hearing to August 24th. We need a time specific. Is 1:30 okay on that day?
Johanna, there's nothing on that calendar at all?
There is one proclamation, but 1:30 works.
Let's make it at 11 a.m., Mr. Chair, just in case it happened to be a short agenda. Would that be okay?
Yeah, I'm fine with that time, yes.
Okay, so we'll make it 11?
Okay.
The only,
And
yeah,
that's fair
we
enough.
don't believe you on the short agenda, by the way. The only reason that I'm hesitant is right now, it seems that that is an opportunity for Dr. Pace to speak to us, is that time frame. I'd hate,
This was just a one-time
Okay.
situation. His schedule is changing. He just
okay,
told
because
me
before it was 9 o'clock, so, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to make sure and check in on that.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with
And
11.
I do want to make sure that, Anita, just making sure that my motion being specific, that, we are waiting for that response from Mendocino. Do I need to put that in the motion, or just the continuance is fine?
I think the continuance is fine, but certainly it is based upon the need for further clarification and confirmation from Mendocino.
Okay.
I do have one question before you make a
Yeah,
motion.
go ahead.
Question for Director Armis. It's been since May, you said, and I'm getting a little worried about the cost of sheltering. Granted, I don't know that it changes the outcomes, but has there been any conversation with the owner about the payment for the sheltering? Because all that, it's staff time, it's food, it's care, all those things, and just getting a little concerned about the time frame.
Yeah, conversations have been had. They're willing to pay, and they got an updated cost probably about 3 weeks ago, and I do have the updated costs here again as of today
Okay.
for them.
Has there been any maybe partial payments about maybe month to month for the month of May? Have they paid for that, or are we waiting till the animal is out of the shelter to provide a bill?
Generally, we wait till the end.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad you're having those conversations, because I think those are important parts of finalizing everything as well. Any further comments or questions? I think we're ready for a motion.
Yeah, my motion is still on the floor to move this hearing to August 24th at 11 a.m.
Second.
Continue, I apologize. Continue the hearing till 11 a.m. on August 24th.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion from Supervisor Simon, second by Supervisor Crandall. Johanna, roll call, please.
Okay, Supervisor Simon,
Yes.
Supervisor Crandall,
Yes.
Supervisor Scott.
Aye.
Yeah,
Aye.
Okay, thanks. And Supervisor Sabatier.
Oh, wait, I think we missed.
Aye.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, sorry. Supervisor Pyska, just for the record.
Yes.
Yes, okay, and then Supervisor Sabatier.
aye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, all of you, for showing up today, and let's hope that we get the response we're looking for quickly. Okay, and that was the last of our items, and we have 3 minutes for calendars, and I don't think that is enough time. So I think we'll do our calendars after the fact because we start at 2 o'clock for a closed session, correct?
Mr. Chair, I've advised the folks we're meeting with at 2 o'clock that we may run late, so I think it would be better to go ahead and go with
Okay.
calendars. I was planning to let the support team go for the day.
Okay, let's go ahead and do 7.1. Supervisor Simon.
Yeah, Board of Supervisors meeting the rest of today. Tomorrow, Lake Transit LTA and APC meeting in the morning. On Thursday, do have some potential meetings, Carol, both Thursday and Friday. I'm not available until after 10 a.m. on Thursday and Friday. I apologize if that's going to throw a wrench in everything, but I did.
Okay, we'll look at
Yeah,
something
2 of them
different.
that go on, and the reason is, we're hoping that there will be a football season in Lake County, and practice has started this week, so I'm out there with the kids at this point. So,
We'll look at something for next week then.
yeah,
Okay.
or just a little bit later, 30 minutes later, after 10 a.m. I am available, from 10 to 1. And then Thursday night, the 12th, have math. And then on Monday, we have our meeting. I have my meeting set with Carol, and also the Risk Reduction Authority meeting, Board of Supervisors, and I did attend. We are looking to add those seats. I did attend the Clear Lake meeting last Thursday night, and they approved to join. And I know that we have the City of Lakeport later on in this month also. So we are moving with the expansion of the Risk Reduction Authority, and like I said again, 3 p.m. on Monday, we have our Risk Reduction Authority meeting.
Thank you very much. Supervisor Crandall.
Yes, so tonight we have the Community Visioning Forum Committee, Planning Committee meeting at 6 p.m. via Zoom. Tomorrow, I see agenda review at 9. Thursday, I do have the other meeting, but I don't think if Supervisor Simon isn't available, then we'll probably move that.
That was the one reschedule, and we'll reschedule again. It's
Okay. And then, so then at 1, I have a scope work plan discussion with the Blue Ribbon Committee. Friday, department head eval process discussion. And then Monday, CAO meeting, and back here Tuesday for the Board of Supervisors meeting.
Okay, thank you very much. Supervisor Scott.
Yes, tonight there's a fire board meeting for Lakeport at 5. I'm not sure if I'll be able to attend or not. And then at 6 o'clock, the Community Vision Forum that I will be attending at 6. But also tonight at 6 o'clock, Lakeport Unified School District is having a back to school night. Dinner will be served at 5:30, and then the kids can show up at 6 and meet their teachers, get their schedules if they're in high school. Tomorrow I have a meeting to look at an art proposal for Lakeport. And then on Thursday, I have an advisory board committee meeting at 9, and then health directors ad hoc committee meeting at 3:30. And then on Friday, department head meeting at noon. And then Monday, Mendocino College goes back on Monday, so look for that. And then phone calls with constituents, and then PIT committee meeting at 1 o'clock, and then just preparing for Tuesday's meeting.
Thank you very much. Supervisor Pyska.
Yeah, so tomorrow morning, there's a medical advisory meeting that I can't make because I have the CSAC New Supervisor Institute. And then I have the Channel Cats award ceremony that evening, which I'm really looking forward to. Thursday, I have the new Supervisor Institute continuing, and I've decided not to go to Sacramento. I'm doing it virtually. I had to ask for that, and then I just received the email that it's canceled anyway, so in person. So it's all virtual, which I'm happy about. There's Fire Safe Council meetings. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make that. And there's a CARES Act meeting at 1:30. I think I should be able to make that after the Supervisor Institute. And then 2 ad hoc committee meetings that afternoon. Friday, you're not able to make that committee meeting at 8:30? Is that?
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay,
saying.
yeah. So I look to that to be rescheduled. I'm going to be visiting the Bell Haven Flower Farm in the afternoon, and then I have a call with somebody in the afternoon. CCC. Monday,
It'll be a surprise
it
call.
will be a surprise. I think I was too
Conservation
fast.
Corps?
I think it is in Ukiah, Mendocino
Conservation
Conservation
Corps,
Corps.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my notes weren't clear enough for myself to remember that. Monday is the first day of school for Middletown Unified, so that's going to be a big day. And risk reduction meeting in the afternoon, then back here on Tuesday.
Thank you very much. And just looking real quick, looks like tomorrow we have the APCLTA, Supervisor Simon and myself. Is it possible to look at agenda review earlier in the day? Is that possible?
Would you like to do 8 a.m. tomorrow?
8 a.m. or 8:30 a.m., something around that?
Yeah, well, we can just, Anita and I usually meet at 8:30, we just flip those. Yeah.
Okay.
8:30, does
Yeah.
that work for you, EJ? Okay, well, just jump into the Zoom, I won't even change it on your calendar,
Perfect.
just jump in at 8:30.
Thank you very much. And then some calls with constituents later on in the day. Let me see. Looks like we have an ARPA and CARES Act ad hoc committee happening in the afternoon on Thursday with a CSAC call later on in the evening. And Friday, it's not on here yet, but wondering if Supervisor Crandall is available on Friday.
What time?
Anytime. My Friday is wide open. I know Environmental Health wants to meet with us regarding AB 626. I'm going to be talking with Craig Weatherby to check in and see if we can have that conversation.
Otherwise, I'm open
Okay.
to doing that, yeah.
So we'll make that happen. And then same thing, getting my children prepared to start school on the 16th, and then myself getting prepared for our meeting on Tuesday, and meeting with our CAO and another CSAC phone call. And with that, that concludes...
Supervisor Scott, did we do her?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, she has a school board meeting, and she hinted
that's
that
right.
she wants to
Yeah.
get out by 5.
Okay.
So we will go into closed session, and our closed session consists of 4 items. 8.1, public employee appointment pursuant to Government Code Section 54957B, appointment of public health officer. 8.2, public employee appointment pursuant to Government Code Section 54957B. 1A, interviews of Community Development Director. B, appointment of Community Development Director. 8.3, public employee evaluation, title Interim Community Development Director. And 8.4, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D1, City of Clear Lake versus County of Lake et al. And with that, we will adjourn to closed session. Thank you very much for joining us today.